I'm excited to come back to Atlantic City this June. I'll be at the Hard Rock Live at the Arena on Friday, June 20th and Saturday, June 21st. Pre-sale tickets are live now with the code TOMMY, T-O-M-M-Y. The rest of my UK tour dates are also this week. I'll be in London tomorrow, Nottingham and Cardiff this weekend. Get your tickets at tomsegura.com/tour. Thank you, and I'll see you guys there.
Welcome to your mom's house.
I mean, I really did first see you sitting at the stoop outside the cat club. That is the first time I saw you. And I really
remember. You do remember that story.
Oh, yeah. Of course I remember that. Yeah.
You always say I look like a hooker, but I didn't really look like a hooker.
It's not that you look like one. It's that I thought you were one. You had on fishnets, knee-high boots. You were smoking a cigarette. You were kind of like, I've been out here. I've been working. What's going on?
Did not say that.
Yeah.
Okay, so then you go, but you knew that I was dating a guy.
No, I didn't know right away, obviously. I was trying to I was like, she's cute, playing it cool.
Yeah.
Right? And then...
Can I talk to you for a second?
I was like, let me holler at you for a second. And then... Yeah, I just remember, I probably didn't figure, I can't remember exactly. I didn't find out that night, but it's one of those things where, after we met...
Through the grapevine.
Kind of either heard it through the grapevine or you go to... I don't know, do spots and you're like, oh, what's going on with her? And then somebody mentioned. Yeah. And I always had that thing too, where it's like somebody's seeing someone, you're just like, okay, you're
done.
Yeah, you just accept. So it actually probably made us more like just coworkers, right? Like,
yes.
Yeah.
It forced you to get to see me as a person, not just blonde hair and tits a little bit.
Right. And I always feel like that's so, I hate honestly seeing women as people, because I've never really thought of them that way.
Well, they're kind of stupid, right?
Yeah, and also it's like,
yeah,
you guys were kind of made for one thing and one thing only. I feel
What's that?
I think it's pretty obvious.
I think three cooking, cleaning. And
those are. I'm not really one of those
laundry.
guys that's like, you gotta clean for you. Got I don't.
I know
it's
that.
nice that you do, but it's really just be a jizz receptacle.
That's your number one priority. I do know this about you.
Yeah.
Coming and eating are your priorities.
Yeah. And I'll figure out the eating on my own. So the main thing is, what's that tit stitch like and what that mouth do.
Right.
So
well, I did when I met you, I had the best pair of tits. I had such good tits because I wasn't fat. I didn't have kids. They were so good when we met.
Your tits were
You got my tits at prime titty time.
It's primetime tits for sure.
And then kids, cancer. But guess what? In August, I'm going to have my deep flap. They're going to reconstruct my tits out of my belly fat. I'm going to have a tummy tuck and new tits. You can choose. We can sit down and choose the tits of our dreams.
I'm dreaming about when I go to sleep at night.
These new tits?
Like, tits.
Stupid.
Nah, but
so fucking stupid, huh?
Yeah, I guess I should probably... There's people watching who don't know, who are like, what the fuck is going on with this guy's face?
They get so upset.
They get so
bummed out when you're shaved.
I know.
I was looking at a picture I posted of us on Instagram, and they're just... All the comments are like, Tom's face.
It's offensive.
I know.
It's honestly offensive
so
to
hurtful.
me. Yeah, it's like...
So hurtful.
Come on. It's not that bad. So what happened was we did a live show, YMH Live 10. At this point, it's 2 weeks ago. So if you saw last week's show, that was actually before we recorded. So it's been 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It was, and I don't think I'm exaggerating, not only the most fun for us, but I think clearly the best live show we've ever done.
Hands down the best.
It was fucking awesome.
Everything went so perfectly. The comedy, the sketches were bangers. Dan Soder, perfect guest.
The best.
Couldn't have been better. You, by the way, were the belle of the ball.
Yes.
We all know Tom was Robert Smith of The Cure, and I could not take my eyes off of you.
If you're not aware of what happened, if you're like, what is this?
Yeah.
It's that I committed to the idea of being your fantasy.
It was amazing.
On the live show,
I loved
who
it.
is Robert Smith of The Cure.
God, you looked so good. I
that's
couldn't
why
stop
my face
staring
is
at him.
shaved.
Look how happy I am. I loved it. You know what the best part is? We were getting ready for the show and you were talking to the team. And I was like, oh my God, Robert Smith's here. Like, I loved it. He looked so good. Look how bummed out you are, too. It's so good.
I was trying to be his,
Yeah.
depressed, regular kind of.
Oh my God, Robert Smith, are you so happy to be inducted in the Hall of Fame?
Not as excited as you, apparently.
So good.
He said later that he felt bad about that.
Did he?
Yeah, he said that he didn't realize he was being video recorded, so he was just kind of like, and he was like, he felt bad that, that it was like seen as really shitty to her.
Yeah.
Yeah, he felt bad.
Yeah, I think he's a decent dude. I've never heard anything bad about Robert Smith.
Yeah.
Never. He likes being a musician. They have a good band.
I don't know anything about him.
I do. I know a lot. He's been married to the same woman, Mary Poole, since they were like 20-something years old.
Mm-hmm.
They live in Sussex, or he's from Sussex. Oh, there we are. Tommy Scissorhands. Look at me. I love it.
Yeah, well, we'll get into all this. It really was the best, dude. We've done 10 YMH lives, which is also a huge accomplishment.
Yeah.
It
really is.
But it'd been a while and really wanted to do another one because it's just so much fun. This one had like everything at a 10. And that's why, and I think for me, primarily the thing that makes it you go, this was so great, it's that the pre-recorded bits were such bangers. Like, they really were. Charo with Alexis Fox on doing introducing the OnlyFans was amazing. Charo had no idea that the things that were there were the things that they were. And then I just can't say enough about it. The Tony John's dating bachelor kind of show that we did, unbelievable.
Well, you guys don't even realize how crazy that was filming it with him. I wish we could show the hours of footage of him being a lunatic. And then don't forget, live on the show, Alexis Fox.
I know
it's crazy.
That was magical. That was a magical I mean, I feel like that's what took it over the top.
That was fucking insane.
If that had not happened, I still think it was just
amazing,
incredible. But that took it to a whole other level. That Alexis was watching, heard us talking to Tony Johns about his desire to enter the adult industry, and then she was like, "Yeah, I'll." She was like, "I'll do it." It was just insane,
magical. And I broke my sobriety. I haven't had alcohol in 90 days. I had to drink during the heavy segment. That's how good that segment was. Oh, look at them.
She loves Alexis.
Oh yeah, who doesn't though? She's so sweet.
Oh my God!
Oh, the Whistler,
Ralph the Whistler. He had multiple whistling bits, and then his off-mic stuff, talking about storming the Capitol and there's nowhere to piss, and just like crazy conspiracy shit. It was unbelievable, dude.
Yeah.
And then, of course, his whistling is just...
That's phenomenal.
There's nobody better. And then we played our short film for her.
Yep.
That people really responded to as a touching tribute to my father.
Yep.
And then...
Daniela Pineda
was in that. Ryan Sigler was in that. Yeah.
There she is.
There she is.
Gosh, she's so thoroughly talented. It's upsetting.
When you make... So I've made multiple shorts. When you get real actors, like serious actors, in something, it actually makes you realize, like, oh, this is why in features, like when you go, like, why are movie stars like paid so much? You're like, oh, they elevate the thing so much. Like, our silly little idea just takes on a whole new thing when you have a really good actor in it.
Well, she's got to say some absurd lines.
Yeah.
And deliver
and
them
commit.
Sincerely. It's very hard. So it's a fine line she has to walk to make it believable and funny and everything. It's really, she's
she can do it all. She's
amazing.
She's coming. She has a big movie coming out, I think, next month or this month.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just bangers, dude.
The Accountant too. Yeah.
Oh,
she's going to be in The Accountant too.
Just bangers. This YMH Live, you and I were buzzing for days after we recorded YMH Live.
Yeah.
I couldn't sleep that night. I was so jazzed about how it all went.
Yeah. It was.
Oh my God. And Soder was like perfect. Will Blunderfield did his thing. Duncan Trussell, our own Tanner in the.
Tanner.
That's so good.
There's Duncan and Tanner pissing together in a cup.
God damn.
Yeah, the Will Blunderfield thing was amazing.
Everything. Oh, there we are watching
we were
Heavy.
watching the Heavy. Not really watching the Heavy. Yeah, Dan. It got to him. He was like, I'm fine. This is good. And then he was like, oh, God. We'll get to that. We'll get to those in a second. Why don't we open the show and then we'll get to our favorite
So much to talk
clips
about.
from that. Okay. Here you go.
We were in bed, and I guess, I just be honest with you, I buried my face in her vagina.
Okay.
She didn't shave, and that's what I wanted. And I basically sucked this woman's pussy for an hour and a half. An hour and a half.
Okay.
And I loved every fucking minute of it.
Yeah.
And but I didn't let nothing go.
Yeah.
And of course, she did the same to me. And of course, I had a hard time getting hard.
Who's Randy? Don't bring anyone mubbing to me.
Welcome to your mom's house with Tom Segura. And
Christina
hilarious.
Pazsitzky.
welcome to your mom's house.
Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow.
You know that Rogan texts me almost every day,
Yeah.
and there's no words. It's always just somebody dying.
That's the best. That's real friendship.
I
by
know.
the way.
We don't like sometimes we have back and forth
Yeah.
words,
Yeah.
but
Seldom.
95% of the time it's links.
I know. He and I have the same relationship. We send each other TikToks and various clips.
Let's see what today's is. I'm
He's-
trying to see.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
That's how I knew that Joe was thinking of me when I was sick. Can I talk to you for a
Yeah.
second? He would send me like all these cancer memes. It was really like cancer articles and stuff. He's very thoughtful. He's
Yep.
very sweet. And then he'd send me funny shit
It's really like
of like, transitioning people.
it is the mark of a friendship.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. He and I, we send each other, ridiculous shit.
It's usually just somebody dying.
Not with me.
Yeah.
Nobody sends me death. I'm into like the gender people, like pronoun people being
Yeah.
ridiculous. That's our jam.
Our videos are usually either a street fight that ends up with head trauma, shootings, stabbings, war videos, trains hitting cars, people.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, explosions.
That's cool.
Yeah, a lot of stuff like that. It's pretty.
It's a real friendship.
Real friendship.
True Work is hell bent on creating the most technical, high performance workwear in the world. The True Work story begins in the Colorado mountains, where a trade worker knew there had to be a better solution than the wet, heavy gear that was weighing him down. True Work was born. Every True Work product is engineered for maximum comfort, protection, and efficiency with minimum bulk or extra weight. Denim and cotton canvas haven't changed much for over 200 years. True Work upgrades traditional classics by using the same fabrics worn by elite outdoor athletes. It's soft, stretchy, sweat-wicking soft shell work pants are a major upgrade over wet, heavy jeans. Wind and waterproof shells use intelligently placed insulation for streamlined warmth that lets you stay mobile and agile. In fact, our own Josh Zolo wears his True Work pants when we're shooting, and he says he loves the pockets. I couldn't agree more. Why don't they make everything like True Work pants with plenty of pockets? Upgrade to True Work for a major change in the way you work. True Work helps you be your best when your best matters most. Check out the full lineup and get 15% off your first order at truework.com/YMH. That's 15% off at TRUEWERK.com/YMH. When you think about businesses that are selling through the roof, like Gymshark or Mattel, sure, you think about a great product, a cool brand, and brilliant marketing.
But an often overlooked secret is actually the businesses behind the business making, selling, and for shoppers buying. Simple. For millions of businesses, that business is Shopify. Nobody does selling better than Shopify, home of the #1 checkout on the planet, and the not-so-secret secret with Shop Pay that boosts conversions up to 50%, meaning way less carts going abandoned and more sales going. So if you're into growing your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling on the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Businesses that sell more sell on Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout Gymshark or Mattel uses. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/momshouse, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/momshouse to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/momshouse.
Why does this man say, he's like, of course I couldn't get hard?
And it cuts off.
That's it? We
why I
don't
was
know.
like, oh, there's obviously more to this video.
Yeah, explain yourself, sir.
Yeah.
Why of course? He seemed pretty jazzed. Was
he
he
was-
hard for an hour and a half?
Sucked this
before?
woman's pussy for an hour and a half.
Was he hard for too long, maybe?
don't know.
And I loved every fucking minute of it.
There's more to this video.
No.
Yeah. Do we know where it is?
Let me see if I can pull up the original.
Okay.
By the way, see how he decorates his apartment? This is how I decorated our
Decorates.
first house.
Yeah, of course.
Remember?
This is how everyone's apartment looks when you're like out of college, except he's, 67. It's crazy. He's just got work shit and mail on a desk.
Yeah.
And
This is
then
how I decorate, though.
a couple boxes. Yeah, though I think he strums a guitar. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You should put something up there.
Something up there. You need
Something.
artwork. It really helps the vibe.
Okay, so here's
Guys, buy my lipsticks before we move any further.
Okay.
I'd like to plug it. Robert Smith was wearing the perfect red on YMH Live 10 because it is indeed the most perfect shade. I'm wearing it today. I have Atomic Red, Madison, and Berlin. Buy them all, christinap.com.
This was the favorite thing that I always have said I love about the live show is getting. My favorite thing about the heavy segment is not the heavy segment. It's watching people watch the heavy segment.
Same.
So whenever we play the heavy segment, we get these videos that get sent in of reactions of
love
people who are doing like watch parties and stuff.
I've never done a YMH live before, and I've only heard the lore of the heavy segment, and I'm excited to finally see it because I don't think it's gonna get me.
Oh.
No, please, no.
That was the worst one.
That was bad.
Oh my god, I think I'm gonna pass out.
That was gnarly,
That
dude.
was a guy's ankle literally snapping off of his leg.
That
like it just
completely
came
torn,
right off.
skin and everything. That was insanity. Which was actually it wasn't even in our heavy bank of clips. It was in our other bank.
That was like a sorbet.
Yeah, it was supposed to cleanse the palate
From
as
genital
we moved on.
stuff.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, makeout.
It's chunky.
It's
Oh my god. I can't.
that's the best.
This is awful.
I love this stuff, man.
Yeah.
I love people with pillows and blankets over their eyes. I'm this guy.
I wasn't done. You're listening. Why are you fucking done?
I love it, dude. I love it. Look at her face.
Poop. It's poop. It's poop. She's eating the poop.
You.
Ah!
You.
Ew, dude. Ew,
No.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's so gnarly.
Look at her
The
cat.
cat is like, what? What is it?
Oh, it's so
Fuck,
bad.
dude.
And then even here in the office, the live show was streaming into the conference room, which had like 20 people in it. And Alan was like, I have to watch it. Like he told him he had to watch it.
So upset.
That's Alan in ad sales. Ryan's got his hoodie over his eyes.
Diana. Chris Lars.
Chris, everybody was just mortified.
So
but that's the fun. I mean, how do you not have fun with that? Aren't you enjoying watching that? That's the best part.
Yeah, I mean, look, the reason we do these live shows is because we can't play the good stuff on YouTube. They flag everything.
And it's also to bring people together, bring communities together. How does that not make you want to have a watch party where you set up a camera and record your friends? It's the most fun. So anyway, huge thanks to all of you and also to the YMH staff, the crew for making that. You guys did an amazing job, each and every one of you.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, really.
Super proud
Truly
of you.
amazing work, kids.
It was so good. And shout out to Connor Galvin, too.
Heavy clips were outstanding.
Who worked with us writing stuff.
Oh, yeah. What a great time. Oh, so, babe, the clip is getting laid for the first time in almost 30 years.
Oh, that's why. And that's why he was so, okay.
Now it makes
sense why he was shit. Because I was like, why are you uploading this, bro?
Getting laid for the first time?
Okay.
Vagina. She didn't shave, and that's what I wanted. And I basically sucked this woman's pussy for an hour and a half.
Well, it's 30 years.
Yeah.
An hour and a half.
He felt the need to document.
And I loved every fucking minute of it.
Sure, man. Congratulations.
Yeah. But, I mean, I didn't let nothing go.
Right.
Yeah, we got it.
And, of course, she did the same to me.
Yeah.
And, of course, I had a hard time getting hard. And she didn't, she understood, but I made up for it orally.
Jesus.
So I'm in this bed with this attractive woman, clean, don't have a scar on her, don't smoke. And she, it was just enjoyable. She was there to serve me. Ooh. She came there and said, I want to do everything that you want me to do. She said, I want everything. I want to do everything. And she did anything that you can think of. Every sex act imaginable.
You can't believe
a
woman.
Think about it. Rimming. Every fantasy I'd ever seen on porn. And she loved every bit of it. And she basically orgasmed, I don't know how many times on my face.
Yeah. Sure. Tight.
I can't believe I'm telling this video. This is what happened to me on December the 30th. I'll check my calendar again.
Yeah. Day before New Year's.
December the 30th was just 5 days ago, 5 nights ago.
Oh, it's fresh in his mind.
And
so straight-faced, though. No joy.
We went at it for an hour and a half. Couldn't have intercourse because of my problem, erectile problem.
Oh.
But she was satisfied. I was satisfied. I mean, we laid in bed for a few minutes, and then she went to the restroom and came back. She started putting her clothes on, so I knew she was ready to go. I mean, she had driven, even though I drove the greater distance, I drove 85 miles, but she still says she had to drive an hour, which I don't understand because Alpharetta was supposed to only be 30 miles away. But she came an hour. Can you imagine a woman, a 54-year-old woman driving an hour to see me in a motel, to suck my you-know-what, and let me eat her pussy for an hour and a half.
You already broke the you-know-what barrier.
And I loved every minute of it. And I was just as horny when she left as before she came, but I didn't care.
Yeah.
That I was horny. I mean, in fact, I had met a woman who satisfied me. I mean,
I can't. I got it.
I like that the title of this, Getting Laid for the First Time in Almost 30 Years. Thoughts on Alan Roger Curry restarting my channel. So this is what motivated him to, I guess, get a channel up and going again?
Well, he's got 701 subscribers. That's nothing to sneeze at. They're all eager to know. Love left me forever. Oy vey.
Oh, shit. Quitting the Postal Service.
Oh, my God. This
okay.
guy. But this still is more entertaining than anything on television.
Oh, that was awesome. I mean, that was an amazing police wellness check.
I like this. Ooh.
Oh, fuck.
Fascinating.
Clean anger. What the fuck is going on with this channel? Can we please do a dive on this guy at some point? Yeah, please
it's
flag
too
that.
Good.
Make that somebody's mission.
This could be the next cool guy on the wall.
It could be.
We
It
don't
was
know.
very cool. I mean, the video itself was vintage cool. It was very cool.
He shares this. I mean, I can't.
You know what else is
believe-
cool that I haven't had the chance to share on this show? I saw this a while ago. I had never seen this clip.
Well, they said I had
to take a steamer.
Hulk
before I get out of
Hogan
here.
is taking a shit.
So I just unleashed a major toxic.
Fuck yeah. Go for it, Hogan.
I think the paint's starting to come off the walls.
I don't know the story behind
I don't
this,
know, but I like
it's
it.
very cool. Yeah.
I want to watch him shit.
Taking a steamer.
That's cool.
Yeah, we don't have much info on it,
Nah,
unfortunately.
you don't need much. I feel like
I think we get it.
I get it, yeah.
It's just most people, sort of like the last guy, you don't have to upload this, right?
No.
Like, you can just take your heater, but
you
yeah.
can make choices and keep stuff private.
Going online without ExpressVPN is like leaving your kids with the nearest stranger while you go to the restroom. They're probably not a kidnapper or serial killer, but why would you ever take the risk? Connecting to unencrypted networks at cafes, hotels, or airports puts your data at risk. Hackers can easily steal passwords, bank logins, and credit card details, even with cheap tools. Stolen data sells for up to $1,000 on the dark web. ExpressVPN encrypts your connection, keeping your information secure from prying eyes. It's super easy to use. All you have to do is fire up the app, and with one click, you're protected. And for U.S. customers, ExpressVPN comes with Identity Defender, which is a new suite of tools that removes your data from data brokers, alerts you when your data appears on the dark web, and insures you against data theft for up to $1 million. We all use ExpressVPN here in Texas. I mean, why go unprotected online? It's just silly. Secure your online data today by visiting expressvpn.com/YMH. That's expressvpn.com/YMH to find out how you can get up to 4 extra months free. expressvpn.com/YMH. Hoops fans, the most exciting month in college basketball is here, with underdogs ready to fight their way to the top and established teams defending their titles. This is the time to lock in your picks with my partners at DraftKings. Right now, they are offering all new customers $200 in bonus bets instantly after betting just $5. Download the DraftKings app now, sign up using code MOM, and bet the unexpected. The crown is yours. Stay in on the action and use your $200 in bonus bets on DraftKings same game parlays for a shot at an even bigger payout. Combine multiple bets together from the same game. If sports betting is not yet available in your state, don't worry. You can still join in on all the fun with DraftKings Pick 6 and have the shot to win cash prizes. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. New customers use my promo code MOM and bet just $5 on any wager and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. That's promo code MOM only at DraftKings Sportsbook.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. New customers only. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio.
Tom, I'd
Yes.
like to share something very important to me. And look, there's a few highlights in my career, I would say.
Yes.
Yes, getting on Netflix is pretty exciting as a stand-up
Yes.
comedian. Working on various television shows. I think the highlight of my career so far has been getting in the National Enquirer.
Yes.
For the
Garth
Garth Brooks
story,
stuff. And I just want to shout out Daily Mail UK. You guys know I'm a huge Anglophile.
Mm-hmm.
Put out a post about a TikTok I did on Meghan Markle's new show.
Is that in here? Do I have that or you have
I
it?
am so excited. Netflix comedian Christina Pazsitzky gives scathing review of Meghan Markle's new cookery show, telling fans she's no Martha fucking Stewart. You better believe it. Oh, they're posting.
All right. I'm watching the new Meghan Markle.
Wow.
You don't have to-
I'm sorry. Meghan Sussex cooking show, craft show. I don't know what
Nice
the
lipstick.
show is.
Thanks.
On
It's
Netflix.
perfect red.
It's inauthentic. Is not fun. Is that a reason to hate it? No, it's not. I don't like that. She's. Here's what it is. When Martha Stewart came out with her how homekeeping type shows back in the 90s or the 80s or whatever. I remember women being like, yeah, right. Like, who's at home making their own beeswax candles? Yeah, right. Who's making their own croutons from scratch? Well, you know who was? Martha Stewart. Martha Stewart was, because that's who she was. That's who she is. She was doing all this crafty stuff even when the cameras weren't rolling.
That's a good point, and that is probably one of the main criticisms of Meghan is that people find it to be inauthentic.
I'll tell you something else.
And scroll down.
Oh, it's fantastic.
You got a whole.
They wrote such a
write-up.
complimentary article, and by the way, I'm so thrilled to be in the UK news because, let me tell you, my love of the royal family.
Yeah.
I
Authentic.
It's authentic. I read books about these people. I'm interested. I'm not a British citizen, so I don't have the same relationship the Brits do to their monarchy.
Yeah.
But I'm fascinated by their system that's
Yeah.
existed for hundreds and hundreds of years. And I've read books about Meghan Markle. Had a lot of time when I had breast cancer.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something about her.
Yeah.
Can I tell you?
Please.
I've read books that are pro-Meghan and books that are pro-monarchy. Here's what I've deduced about her, because I don't go after people lightly. I really don't.
Yeah.
I do it for a reason. This Meghan Markle is beautiful, stylish, manipulative. She's a fame-seeking, money-seeking succubus, right? And here's the problem, which is fine, by the way, because Hollywood is full of succubus. The problem is there's no talent.
Yeah,
You understand?
that'll catch
You
up
need
to you.
you need to do. There needs to be an exchange, and what she used was the royal family. She tried to take down an establishment that's long revered, long existing, and it's not cool. Now, you could say that in America there's talentless fucks like the Kardashians, right? But
Yeah.
you know what they give? Tits, ass. They give us a reality show where they show us their bad relationships and their dad who became a woman and all that stuff. That's still entertaining. She's pretending to be perfect and using the Sussex name. Now, Harry H, she calls him H, not Harry, H, is not without fault too, because he wants out of that goddamn family, right?
Right.
So he did the chicken shit move. Instead of saying to daddy and granny, I don't want to be in the family, he married a bitch, and then she takes the fall for this. You understand?
Yes.
But she is a big phony. She just wants fame and money and celebrity, but she doesn't want to do anything for it.
I gotta
That's
tell
the
you,
problem. That's the problem.
I don't think this is going to help you get invited to Buckingham Palace.
Hey, I'm Team Middleton. Team Middleton all day long. They get she knew the rules going into this family. Give me a break. She pretends like, oh, I didn't know. Yes, you did, bitch. Yes,
So
you did.
Kate and William, right?
Yeah.
They're there. They're the ones that are going to.
They're holding it down.
They're still in good
Yeah.
graces. Obviously, they're the royal couple now.
Yes.
Because aren't Harry and Meghan not even considered royals
So
anymore?
here's the deal, man. So here's what happened. They went to the Queen when the Queen was alive and said, we kind of want to do like a halfway royal thing. You know, maybe we do some duties, but not all. But that's not how they work, the royals. Either you're a working royal, or you're out. The reason being, the taxpayers fund this stuff, okay? So there's you can't do your side businesses and make money and be a working royal, because working royals do good for the public. Their whole thing is like showing up at a hospital
weren't they
opening.
ousted?
So what happened is the Queen basically was like, no, this is not how this works. You're either in or out. What are you going to do? We're out. Okay, see you later. So they pull their security because they're not working royals. Why should the taxpayers fund their security?
Yeah.
He's got enough money from Princess Diana's trust. He can pay for his own security. And then Meghan, this is totally shameless. This is why I don't like her too. Just from a human level, you're in this new family. You don't like your in-laws. Okay, fine. Don't go on Oprah Winfrey and say, oh, my in-laws are racist. They're bad people. Everybody hates me, and do the sobbing story. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
She put them on blast to make herself a name. It's disgusting. And I think it's really gross.
Well, I don't think it worked either. Most people don't feel like they like her more.
No sympathy for her, because she was claiming racism when she was, the tabloids are racist. It's like, I don't see that. The Queen wanted her. They even fast-tracked her getting married in Westminster Abbey because they liked her.
Revoked the security. Did they revoke titles too? Aren't they?
So that's the thing. So I think, I'm not sure about the title business, because I thought they
would.
Can you see that? Can you look?
So she says, she's talking to Mindy Kaling, and she goes, I'm Megan Sussex. You know I'm Megan Sussex. So she gets to keep the title, I'm guessing. But you can't say you're a Sussex and carry title while you're not a working royal. It's like, dude.
So it says the royal, I don't know when this was printed.
Go up. When is this? Royal family prepared to sanction removal of Prince Harry and Meghan Sussex titles amid new bombshells. When is this printed?
This was last week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
so
mean,
the Duke and Duchess of Sussex have pivoted away from publicity speaking about the royal family for over the last year. The royal family are prepared to sanction the removal of Prince Harry and Meghan's Sussex titles if the couple release further damaging bombshell claims about the monarchy, according to a royal source. The Duchess Sussex hit out at the firm in a 2021 interview with Oprah Winfrey. That's the one you just, after she stepped down as a working royal. In January of 2023, Prince Harry released his autobiography titled Spare,
which I read,
which provided intimate details about his relationship and arguments with senior members of the royal family. It would take an act of parliament to take away the couple's Sussex title, but according to the Mail, a royal source has said it is still considered a potential sanction that could be explored if any further bombshell interviews or books are released.
Good.
So they still have their title.
So here's the deal, but here's a real fun part about all this. Okay, so she's on this stupid show. She's pretending to be a Martha Stewart, right?
Yeah.
She's like, I'm harvesting my beeswax, even though she doesn't give a fuck about the bees. There's a beekeeper that comes and does all the work. She's like, my best friend, who's her makeup artist that she's been on payroll for a million years, is coming over. I'm gonna make him some bath salts and put them in. Like, first of all, who the fuck is taking a bath when you're a guest at somebody's house? It's so fucking gross. Anyway, what was I gonna say? I'm so fired up about her.
Yeah, I see this. Jesus.
Fuck. Oh, the point of the story is, I've read numerous accounts of her, and it says that she is not a good employer, that she's very nasty, very mean. And do you know that the people who work in the palace in Buckingham, they basically do it as volunteers. You don't get paid anything to work for the royal family. You do it.
Nobody does?
Not really. Like, I think they get a tiny amount of money, but what they do get is, I don't know, tiaras or hand-me-down stuff. Very cold and withholding to staffers, created a really awful workplace. People have quit working for her.
Do you guys feel the same way about us?
No.
No, never. Of course not.
Never. Can I tell you the show I'd want to watch? How she can fix this?
You're our Megan. How do you feel?
You said I'm your Megan. Is that what you said? That's fucking crazy. I fucking missed that.
I'm your Megan.
Do you feel like this is a cold and we're withholding?
I'm not gonna lie. This entire topic is super white people shit. I'm not following whatsoever.
Okay. Can I tell you what the show is?
I'm with you.
Please, I'm fired up. Can I tell you what the show is?
Yes.
She's a bitch. This is the problem with Meghan Markle. She's not a nice girl. She's a bitch. I want to see the show where she's yelling at her gardener for trimming the hedges incorrectly.
Yeah.
I want to see the show where she's talking shit with her fake ass friends in Montecito about whatever. I want to see the show where she's crying in Harry's lap, like, why do they hate me? The press, everybody hates me. You know, that's the Meghan Markle I want to see.
This is like, I know.
This is bullshit.
This is like,
it's bullshit.
Why people sometimes just hate somebody that marries into a family. It's like she then.
But then doesn't take the responsibilities of said family.
I know,
She's
but brings
over.
with them the entitlement of somebody that you would think would have to be born into the family. You know what I mean? Like you just joined it and then you're acting.
And you're shitting on an establishment that's existed for hundreds of years and you're not even English. You're not British.
Don't forget I mean,
no right.
I don't think it's going to happen anymore because of how outspoken you are, but we did have an agreement that if we were to meet the royals, obviously I don't think we're going to meet Meghan and Harry.
Not
but if
them, I don't care.
If we met William and Kate,
that
we have an agreement that if I am introduced to Prince William, that I would tip my hat and go, hello, governor.
Yes.
And then
this is where Hello Governor came from a year ago. We were in London and I said, one day you're going to meet William and Kate. We're going to be invited.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he's a comedy fan and you have to say it. You have to do that. Look, I think they know
she's right.
She's right. I'm Team Middleton. I'm Team William and Kate.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
They seem like a nice couple.
They are nice. Like, you know why? Can I tell you what I respect about them and the Queen? They respected the post. They respected the title. They respected the job of what they have to do. It's not an easy job to uphold these values.
He's got an old man spirit too because he embraces the horseshoe bald look, which is really crazy. That's usually men that are honestly boomers, you know, like a much older man goes, I'll rock the horseshoe.
So
for him to do it, he's like 40 something.
Here's the deal, man, is that
Crazy.
there's hairdos they're allowed to have. So this might be in the royal protocol or whatever.
That's insane.
There's certain haircuts, and no, it's true. You can't have certain hairdos. You can't.
He
do
can't
certain
clip
things.
the sides?
He may not be able to, because I don't think there's ever been like a bald. I don't know. I know that there's limitations on the women, like what kind of hairstyles they can have and such.
You don't see this.
It's not an easy gig.
You don't see this with men like our age.
The horseshoe.
You don't. It's really like the previous generation.
Okay. Traditionally, within the British royal family, the prince is expected to maintain a neat, short haircut, typically considered military style, with minimal styling, and is generally expected to be clean-shaven, meaning no beard or mustache. Although there have been exceptions, like Prince Harry. I'm sorry, H. The Duchess of Sucks. She sucks.
Hello, H.
She's the worst.
All right. Well,
Such a phony. I can't take it. It hurts to watch her stupid fucking show.
pretty cool.
I just had to say my piece.
You got it out there. You got it out there.
Look how cute William was.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's what he looked like, bald.
Looks good.
He looks handsome.
It looks better.
He's got a great face.
Yeah.
Handsome.
Growing out the sides is fucking insane.
You know, there's a rumor that Prince Harry is actually the son of someone that Diana had an affair with.
That's
and if you
awesome.
look at the pictures, you're
Yeah.
like, yeah, that's fucking, that holds
He
up.
definitely doesn't look like his brother. They don't look the same.
Not a lick.
Mm-mm.
Doesn't look at all. I mean, that's Charles and Diana, but you look at the other boy, Harry,
Yeah.
the spare. I mean, look at that.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the dude. Look at him. And he's got the polo helmet on or whatever.
I like that this says
on.
Prince Harry was fathered. Like it just says it like it's a statement.
I know.
Yeah.
They vehemently deny that claim.
Of course.
Like, obviously, but come on.
Of course.
It's possible. Anything's possible.
Well, I'm glad we got that out of the way. You can take this down.
You know, you don't care
enough.
anything for these. They're so
We did. We just
interesting.
gave it like fucking 20 minutes. What are you talking about? Jesus.
I'm
We're
very
good.
passionate about this.
I mean, your passion is felt. Everybody gets it now.
I'm
They
very
know.
invested.
Okay. We got it.
I just wish you shared my interest.
I definitely
now I feel
do.
ashamed.
Don't feel ashamed. Here, let's
It's
get
what I care about. You care about sports and cum. This is my sports and cum.
Jesus. That's so fucking offensive. It's not what I care about. It's really
Wish
it's
there were
really
more
rude.
girls in the office. I'm
What?
always the only woman caring about girl shit.
Okay. Here we go.
I finally got a decent foot job, so let's talk about it and rate it 1 through 10. Somebody on Twitter reached out to me and said she gives amazing foot jobs, and I was like, there's absolutely no way. And turns out she was close to me, so I had to try it. I told her, come on, yeah, let's link up. We gonna collab, I'm gonna post it. I did the method. I'm not gonna post a video. I just wanted a free foot job. We linked up. She put like a special type of oil on her feet. And I can't lie, it was pretty decent, but the reason I say it was decent is because what even is a good foot job?
There you go.
More dick stuff. Cool.
From Prince Harry and Prince Charles
Yeah,
to a foot job review.
He's doing more reviews.
The best is that he told her he was going to upload it. Like, I guess as like, yeah, I'll share it with people. And then he was like, no, of course I'm not going to do that. so he was like, that's crazy.
To share the actual foot
He was
jobs.
going to share it. I guess she wanted it shared. And then
Oh.
he was like, no, I'm not doing that.
Well, there's boundaries.
Well, he tricked her.
Got
That's
limits.
that's what I'm saying. He tricked her. You know what I mean?
Have you ever had a foot job before?
He's going up to
What?
this guy's
A foot job?
crazy.
I mean a foot massage.
Like a foot job? How do you even know if a foot job is a good one? Like, what are you supposed to compare it to? She couldn't make me finish. I don't think I would ever finish from feet, honestly. She was kind of mad that I wanted the buns. But it's like, what do you expect? You come over here and expect to just give me feet? So yeah, I would give this experience like a 6 out of 10. It's probably my last time trying this. She is expecting me to post it and tag her to give her a little bit of clout. But I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm not gonna post that shit. What the fuck I look like posting me getting a foot job for? I don't care about digital footprint, but I don't want my future kids to see me getting a fucking foot job.
Well, what about this video?
I know.
This dude's the best. We gotta link up with him at some point too.
Maybe we should have him do, official reviews. We
Yeah.
send the places in Austin.
Yeah, we gotta get more out of him.
Jeez.
This guy too, Kanye was all in the news because was selling his swastika T-shirts.
Yeah, I saw that.
But then there's another level you can go to, which is what this guy did.
This nigga is whining.
Swastika tat on
Yes,
the chest,
I see
and he's
that.
Asian.
That's interesting.
That is interesting. Drugs are powerful, man. They'll just do things that you would never think possible. Like he actually went to a shop and was like, right here, if you could.
That's wild, but I'm surprised the shop did it. Usually they have limits.
You can find people. You can find people in the tattoo world that'll go for
Depending on the state, I guess.
Sure. You could be like, hey, how about right here? I watched the Charlie Manson doc.
Yes, I know. You know everything about your buddy Charlie now.
Fucking, you want to talk about like the rascal of all rascals. It's Charles Manson. I mean, it's really.
Well, I'm reading that book, Chaos.
That's what the doc is called.
That makes sense
It's the
because
same
remember
guy.
last night
The guy that's in it is the author.
Is the author. Okay,
Yeah.
that's why that makes sense. The CIA connection.
Yeah, that's Tom O'Neill's the guy that's like kind of they interview throughout.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Yes.
And basically, if you like, conspiracy theories and like, there's got to be a motivation. What's the story behind the story? This is the book or the documentary for you because the theory on this is like, okay, how did this guy? Why would he do this? How do you get people to commit crimes for you, right? Like that was, people always were like, how does he get his followers to kill people? And that's what the documentary and the book explore. It's basically Charlie Manson went to Northern California after he was let out of prison. He did like an 8-9 year bid in prison. And when he went to Northern California, it was the summer of '67. And this is as the explosion of Summer of Love and hippies and everything is happening, especially in Northern California. There's a health clinic that opens that starts, basically providing services to these people. And one of the people there is a guy by the name of Dr. Jolly. I think his name is Jolly Davis. Jolly West. That's it. Lewis, and they call his nickname was Jolly. So this guy was doing kind of experimental stuff on people with LSD and hypnosis. And it turns out he was doing it because the CIA was paying him to do it. They were funding his research, which is the entire basis of the MK Ultra program, which is pretty well known by people, which is the idea that you could build, the Manchurian Candidate kind of stuff, like get someone to be an emotionless killer and just have them be under complete mind control. He's doing this in this building where this clinic is. In the same building, who has an office there? Charles Manson's parole officer. So Charlie is bringing people into this building who are both going to the clinic. Some would say under the oversight of Jolly West, and his parole officer is writing these incredible reviews about Charles Manson, even though he's consistently violating his parole. And they're talking about how well he's doing. So it's almost as if the parole officer is doing this for another reason. Like, why is he writing that Charlie is doing so well and improving when when he's clearly in violation of his parole all the time? Well, a year after that, Charlie comes back down to LA, moves into the Spawn Ranch, has all these followers. He's drugging them with LSD. He's giving these speeches to them. He's doing sermons. And shortly thereafter, he has like this legion of followers who will do whatever he wants, including killing people. So it's exploring that entire story, and it's pretty crazy.
Well, I'm reading the book, and it goes into great detail, the murder of Sharon Tate and the people in the house and how they did it. I mean, literally the first, I'd say quarter of the book is just outlining the brutality with which these people carried out. So it's so, it's hard to read.
The doc, it goes into really great detail about the murders as well and the investigation and basically how lackluster the LAPD.
Yes, they knew.
They knew.
The investigation.
They didn't get
It took
him.
months before they even.
And the
showed
second
up at the
murder
ranch.
that happened.
The LaBiancas the next
yes,
day.
they were just like family business owners. They weren't show business. They weren't like, you know what I mean?
And the public word
so sad.
from LAPD was that they said the LaBianca and the Tate murders were not related at the time. This is what they put out publicly, and everyone was like, "What?"
Yeah, it was
they
the
sure
same
seemed like they're
style.
related. Painted the same words on the walls, and
Mhm.
it's a mind fuck. The whole story is, but it's a really good watch.
You know, Charlie Manson, usually you and I don't overlap in our interests of this
know.
nature. You're not interested in the Royals. Got it. Noted. I'm not always interested in murder. But you and I and our Venn diagram of interests, I like Charlie. Maybe because it's an LA guy.
Maybe it's that he's a unifier. Maybe the guy's actually.
Yep.
I mean, he's a pretty neat guy.
He's a pretty cool guy. He's into peace and love and LSD.
We both like music. He was a musician.
He was a musician.
Yeah.
Well, so they say that he wanted to kill the Tates, right? What was the
he didn't want to kill the
guy,
Tates. No, he didn't want to kill him either. That's who he wanted to kill.
the music guy that
No.
rejected him or something?
Terry Melcher. So the problem was that Terry Melcher used to live at Cielo Drive, the house
Uh-huh.
that Sharon Tate was in.
Yep.
Charlie Manson sent them to kill him.
All right.
But he didn't know that he had moved.
Not there anymore.
So he told the people, kill Terry and kill anybody who's there.
Oof.
Well, they just showed up and just killed everybody who was there.
It was brutal. And they,
And the person who they didn't kill was the guy that didn't live there anymore, which was the guy they wanted to kill.
yeah. And they strung them up. You know that? The bodies hung them up.
Who?
The Manson killers, they strung up the bodies.
I mean,
Hung them up.
Tate was on the floor.
Ugh. No, she was on the floor then when they found her, but they hung her up. I think they slit the bodies. They like hung them up in the rafters or something and did some shit like that. That's what it said in the book. Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't see that.
Well, maybe they didn't detail it, you know.
All right.
This is
Well,
the part I
anyway.
remember.
Okay.
What?
Okay. I mean, yeah, sure.
That was gnarly. And you know what, too, is that I had a business meeting one time at this house, the Sharon Tate murder house, because the guy who's a big television producer of like a family sitcom show bought the house, changed the numeric address. And I asked him, I was like, hey, just curious, why would somebody buy the Sharon Tate murder house? This is pretty notorious. And he goes, well, it turns out murder land is discount land. So instead of paying $6 million, I paid $4 million, whatever. And you're like, that really? Personally, I don't think I could live in that house, right? I mean, that land. Oof.
I mean, you probably wouldn't want to, right? Like, it's kind of bad vibes.
That's the house. It's a beautiful home.
Yeah.
It was really nice, but like, man, that was a weird one.
That's the house now. That's the house you went
yeah,
to.
that's the house I went to. We had lunch. There was a butler that served us lunch. So weird.
Very
It
weird.
was super weird, dude. I was like, I don't know if I could work with this dude.
Yeah.
But I had to go to the meeting because I'm like, it's at the fucking Tate murder house.
And his big thing was like, this is discounted land.
Yeah, he liked that there was a discount from the murders. It's wild, right?
Yeah.
And he said it so nonchalantly too. Like, oh, I mean, you know, it's cheap. I'm like, spoken like a true Hollywood guy.
Yeah, that's a good producer right there. I was like, I will get this movie made. All right, let's take a quick break, and then we'll be right back.
Hey, come on with it. Hey.
Welcome back, and we are back with a very special guest. The last time we saw him, he was here just railing against the less fortunate who use washcloths, and today he's here to talk about so much more. You know him from Shark Tank. You know him as the owner of the Dallas Mavericks, and you know we're going to get into costplusdrugs.com. It's Mark Cuban, everybody.
Hey, what?
Thank you for coming.
Thanks for having me. Hey, any place that's got vodka on the table.
Hey,
when you sit
man.
down At 11, 10 in the morning, whatever it is, yeah.
Would you like a glass with some ice?
No, fuck
okay.
no.
No? Are you a drinker?
Depends on the moment. Yeah, I don't drink as much as I used to, but
Yeah.
I'll find a reason to.
Yeah, it's fun. I don't like to do it all the
Yeah.
time, but this is ours. So this is like this.
Well,
is
then
our-
you got to do it all the
We
time.
got to do it. Yeah. But I mean, you know,
lead by example, right?
I try to. I try my best. Try to do it in the AM, kind of power through the day. But
Right?
Yeah, man.
But I don't have a problem.
No, that's nice. No, not at all. Look, man, I remember watching something once. It was an interview you were doing where you said, everybody who stops me on the street wants to talk about Shark Tank, and I just want to talk about basketball.
Right.
So let me lead.
Oh, great.
by
Now
saying,
you want to talk about basketball.
What the fuck happened, man?
I have no idea.
Wait, is that for real?
No, I'm lying.
But like, it's beyond.
If I had any influence, yeah.
But so just to lay things out for people who might not know, because literally the last time I saw you, I think it was about fresh news that you had sold your majority shares in the Mavericks,
Mavs, yeah.
and you're like, it's a great situation where I sold the team, but I still have operational control.
Basketball, yeah, that was the mission.
But what part of basketball do you control, and what do you not?
I don't
control?
anymore, and,
So,
I haven't for a while.
so you relinquished all of it.
I didn't relinquish. They kind of
Muscled it out of you.
Yeah, I wouldn't say muscle, but the majority owner, Patrick Dumont, decided that he was comfortable with Nico Harrison, the general manager, and the team he had put together, which is his choice.
His choice.
I mean, and you can't totally argue with him because we went to the finals.
Yes.
Now I could tell you, but yeah, it was his choice, and he made his choice, and so I'm just a fan now.
You were in the position of having some.
That was when I originally sold the team. That originally was that originally what was supposed to happen.
Okay.
And then over time, and initially it was, and then over time it was like, okay, and Nico we trust, and so here we are.
So I have to imagine that of course we're talking about Luka being traded, which was, I think, in like, we're not, similar-ish in like the biggest trade in American sports that I remember Herschel Walker being traded. Remember that when you were like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It was crazy.
That turned around the Cowboys. It was great.
Yeah. But like, I imagine your phone blew up a lot.
Well, I was in Florida at
Okay.
a conference, and I don't know, 11 at night or whatever it was.
Yeah, it was late.
Yeah, and I get a text, and it was from our general manager, and I thought he was asking me what I thought, and then I realized very quickly he was telling me what happened, and I told him I didn't agree with it, and and various reasons, but it wasn't my decision to make.
Wow.
Yeah.
And for people on the outside, I know a lot of people in Dallas, it was pretty well reported, were very upset.
Oh yeah, my family, my daughter was at a party and had to hide.
Really?
When it came out. Oh yeah, and still, like, I was here at South by Southwest. I was at the premiere of The Accountant 2, great movie by the way, and somebody started yelling, "Fire Nico!" I'm like,
wow. But it's
it's like the new "Let's Go Brandon."
yeah, exactly. But this is like, it's so insane to people that when you have, Luka's a legit like generational talent.
You don't have to convince me.
But it's
yeah. I don't get it either.
You don't get it either.
No.
And it is one of these things that, as people have said early on, like, time will tell. Like,
yeah, that's the way all trades work.
Yeah.
Look, 2004, I let Steve Nash walk, and he won 2 MVPs the next 2 years. But the good news was he beat us in the playoffs the first year after he left, and then we made it to the finals and won a championship. So it kind of covered all that.
Is it hard being in that position to go, this guy, you like the guy, you go, this is a skilled guy, but you have to look at a team's needs? And
yeah, it is, right? Because you develop personal relationships, with them. And like, I loved Luka, right? We weren't best buddies, but I would text him all the time and DM him and, try to, I would give him all these motivational quotes, even gave him books to read and stuff to read, and so we had a good relationship, got along great with his dad. I was just as dumbfounded as everybody else.
Yeah. And then the current rumor mill is that they're going to talking about waiving Kyrie.
What?
Yeah, man. You don't watch the rumor mill?
I don't watch the rumor mill.
Yeah, man.
No, there's no, that make no sense whatsoever.
Well, neither the first one.
What?
The fucking Luka going.
Well, yeah, but okay, you're right.
I mean, that didn't make sense.
And I love Kyrie too. Maybe they're just trying to get rid of the people I like.
You like.
Right?
Yeah, maybe that's the whole mission.
Somebody comes in, takes over a company, gets rid of the old guys.
Maybe you need to do some reverse psychology and talk about
how awful they are.
Yeah.
I love Kyrie actually.
Yeah, no, I mean he's amazing.
He's a good dude too.
Amazing talent.
He's a really good. Both those guys are really good guys.
All right, now Christina's like, all right, I don't know anything about
No,
basketball.
I know this guy, Luka, because he's my tribe, right? What is he?
Slovenian.
Slovenian.
Yeah.
I get it.
Speaks better Spanish than English, too.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Shut the front door.
Yeah.
Seriously?
He played for Real Madrid.
Yeah, when he was 13, he moved to
wow.
Spain.
Yeah.
Didn't know the language, learned it, speaks English, Slovenian, all these. Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Kobe was like that, too, with Italy, right?
Yeah.
Kobe, he spoke great Italian. I'm excited. I really want to see this guy. Like, I'm so excited to watch what happens. Like, I'm such a fan of his and this story. I mean, I just want to see what, I know we're not allowed to cheer for the Lakers here, but I just want to see what happens with him. You know?
Yeah, it's just brutal. It's painful no matter how you look at it.
Yeah.
So
all right.
It's like talking about it's just, like a
Sorry,
pet dying.
Mark.
Yeah.
I know, I'm in mourning kind of still.
I understand. Hopefully.
But they paid me to buy the circus. And so,
That's true.
I just look at my bank account and feel better.
There you go. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about, dude.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Let's talk about money.
Yeah, let's talk about rich guy stuff. Yeah.
Well, no, it just is what it is, right? I sold for a reason, and nothing more I can say about that. I mean, yeah, is what it is.
Can we ask you a rich guy question though?
Sure.
So
it's better than being asked poor guy questions because I used to get asked those too.
Yeah, true, right?
Oh, nothing worse than being poor. Oof.
Yeah, I've been there.
We've been
Is
there
there
too.
any secret rich guy stuff that people should? What I mean is, everybody knows about bigger homes, planes, boats. Like that's like the accessible stuff. But I think the exciting thing is to learn that there's some secret shit you don't know.
Oh, there
about.
is.
Yeah.
Well,
Like it makes ugly people handsome and pretty.
that too.
Right?
Yeah.
Meaning the okay.
No, I know what you meant.
No. Jamie Foxx said it great. He goes, "There's a fame mist. Once you become famous, people like you a lot more.
No,
it's the same
true.
with money, yeah?
Yeah. I mean, they go hand in hand for the most part. Maybe the level of fame isn't the same, but I mean, people, when you're on these lists and everything, people know who you are.
Right.
And they treat you differently.
Yeah.
And that's probably the hardest part. And that's why, I can go places and it's like, hey, that's Mark, da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
You lose your anonymity for better or worse.
Right. But then you also develop some skill for reading whether somebody authentically kind of.
No, because I'm not looking for new friends, really.
So you're just like,
yeah,
no
because
new friends.
my friends are my high school buddies, my college buddies, my rugby teammates. The people, my roommates from Dallas when I moved to Dallas, all the same people. Guys I played basketball. I mean, I've been around long enough that I've got
you have your
friends.
core group of friends.
And plus, I've got 3 kids, 15, 18, and 21, and that's kind of all your focus and your mental focus, your emotional focus, and everything. So. Yeah.
That's true because you are from Pittsburgh. You grew up working class.
Yep.
So you grew up hustling. I remember I read this thing that when there was a newspaper strike.
Yeah, it's funny. Someone else just asked me about that, an hour ago.
Tell the story. I want to hear that.
So in Pittsburgh, it was the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette and the Pittsburgh Press were the papers. And if I remember right, they were both printed the same place. So they went on strike. And so there were no newspapers. And so I had a 1966 Buick LeSabre, a big old boat. Mm-hmm. And me and my buddies piled into the car and drove to Cleveland. And back then the newspapers were like a quarter each or whatever, I don't know. And so we had, rolls and rolls of change. And we just we waited for the newspapers to come out. And we went and hunted down every Cleveland plain dealer truck that we could find and just tried to bought out literally all the papers that would fit in our car.
Mm-hmm.
And so we then drove back to Pittsburgh and stood on the corners in the morning because we went, midnight the night before, got back to Pittsburgh, 6 a.m. And I remember standing downtown, papers for sale. And instead of it being a quarter, they were $1 each, and people would tip us just because everybody got all their news from the newspaper back then.
Wow. And how old were you?
16.
Wow.
So this entrepreneurial spirit is just in somebody, right?
Yeah. For me, it's been since I was 9, 10 years old.
I wonder, because you mentioned that like you have 3 kids that are like 15, 18, 20. And there's got to be a thing when your dad is super successful and it's also super public Like, how do you deal with like a kid being like,
it's hard.
What am I going to do? Right?
Yeah,
like,
it's hard, right? And you try to just let them be themselves. And I try not to say you've got to go in this direction or that direction. Like I was talking to one of my kids about college the other day, and it's like, you don't have to know what you're going to be when you grow up. You know, even put aside, our financial situation. I don't think any kid should be under the pressure at 18 or 22 when they graduate from college to know exactly what they're going to do.
Yeah.
And
So
everything's
hard.
changing so rapidly from technology perspective, just the world in general. So just, be curious. That's what I try to get them to do.
Right.
Be curious so that you always want to learn something, figure things out. The more knowledge you have, the more, not power, but the more capabilities you have and the more options are available to you. And so I try to, my wife and I try to really let them be themselves.
Yeah.
And there are times though, which I hate, where my kids are like, no, we don't want you there, Dad. Like there are times like both of my younger kids play basketball. And they know if I go to a basketball game, there's, the other team will come up and take pictures and this and that. And it's just like, so I'll come up late.
That's tough.
Yeah, that's tough. I hate it.
Yeah.
Or no, we don't want you there, Dad, because it'll make a scene for whatever reason. I'm like, that's brutal.
Brutal.
That is brutal. But at the same time, I understand it.
Yeah.
Now, most of the time, I still show up.
Yeah. Just come in the
back
side,
door or whatever. Yeah.
But it sounds like it just sounds like you're so grounded. But how? You're like this crazy billionaire.
I mean,
You're not
because
crazy.
it's crazy.
Not crazy, but like
Yeah.
crazy amount of money. I'm saying.
No, it
And
is an insane amount of money.
That changes people. Like we've seen it in our business. People can go nutty because the bar gets raised on reality. You know what I mean? Like
Not really.
But you can choose to. I think the thing is that money allows you to have the choice.
Yeah, no question. Like I've been in situations where, I've been out and my credit card got taken,
Yeah.
I've come home and the lights are off and all that stuff, right? Hole in my floorboard in my car, all the stories of when you're broke.
Yeah.
But my attitude's always been, if you were happy when you were poor,
Yeah.
Yes.
you're going to be happy when you're rich.
That's the
If you were
truth.
miserable when you were
That's the
poor,
truth.
Yeah.
you're going to be miserable when you're rich.
100%.
Miserable people just stay miserable no matter
Yep.
what the
True.
circumstances. And like I tried to be a fun guy, enjoy my life when I was broke. I didn't, I was sleeping on the floor, five roommates in a 3-bedroom apartment and had a blast.
Yeah.
And I always felt like when it's weird when you first make money, it's like, okay, what am I going to buy? So I bought a plane, and
Fuck yes, dude.
fuck yeah, that's right.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just give us a good, can you, first of all, be a bro and just kind of talk about how it wouldn't be a poor idea for me to invest in an aircraft?
I think it's brilliant.
That's what I'm talking about.
Right,
Here's the
Chris?
thing. I'm going to clip, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to clip this
that?
out and I'm going to send it to my business manager. Let's start from the beginning. Mark, do you think I should get a plane?
How could you not? Of course.
Like, how
Brilliant.
I
about the
love the
time
idea.
that I save?
The time that you save
I'm going to gigs
is
and-
money in the bank because you are an earner. You are an entrepreneur. You create wealth. And the more time you have,
That's what's up.
the more money you'll make for your business partners.
Shit, I think I
You
gotta
are doing
do
it not
this.
for yourself because you are not selfish like that. You are doing it for them. You need a plane, not because you need a plane, because you care so much for their future.
Ooh, I like that.
That you are going to help them grow their net worth. And you are going to because most people
Yeah.
wouldn't buy the plane.
Right.
Most people might just stay at home, put on a Netflix show,
Yeah.
work out, whatever, but not you.
I'm out there grinding.
You're
man.
grinding because you are a grinder. And with a plane,
Grind even
your
harder.
grindability is multiplied.
That's what's up. And then your wife can take that plane wherever she wants. with
Oh,
her
hell no,
friends.
that ruins all
No,
that.
no. Josh, you know where to clip it, and then
Yes,
just send
you got it.
I got to go to LA for the day.
Right?
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Can I
dude.
ask you, what did you read a lot? How did you
Yeah.
learn? Who, are you reading Napoleon Hill? Who are you
No, I
reading?
did, though.
Do you know
Yeah, so
that
did I.
I read your book.
Me too.
How to win the sport of business?
Yes.
Short and sweet.
Yep.
Yes, but you know what? It's so informed. First of all, it got me fired up.
It's called How to Win at the Sport of Business. It's
Yep.
like 64 pages.
It's
There you go.
great. The thing that I also get is, so many people, you'll hear this thing your whole life. You hear like, man, if I had $1 million or whatever, they go, you'd never see me again. Like, right. And then you see these guys like you, super successful guys where you're like, hey, how come you're working? You're like, because that's like my life.
That's what I like to do.
That's what you enjoy.
Yeah, but I love to read, right? To this day, reading, driving around, listening to motivational speeches.
Who are you reading? Tell me. Who do you like?
There's not any one. Like now, I just read about artificial intelligence and healthcare. It's not like, oh, I've got this great fiction guy or this biographer. But like when I was just getting to Dallas, I drive around listening to Zig Ziglar, the same motivational tape all the time, over and over. And I drive by the big houses. This is the Yeah, there you go, Zig Ziglar, my man.
Great name.
Yeah, what a great name. And so it was just anything I could do to get motivated, because the way I always look, particularly in technology, right? The way I always looked at tech was there was the person or people who created it, and then there was everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
And I was tied with everybody else. And so if I put in the effort to learn it, that put me ahead of everybody else who was selling it, integrating it, doing whatever. So it was just a question of effort. And that's the way I've always looked at business. If I put in the time, like healthcare with costplusdrugs.com. Oh, you can't disrupt pharmacy. Well, we have.
This is
it's
brilliant
amazing
business.
No, it's killing it. It's killing it. It's called costplusdrugs.com. And, most people, when you go to the doctor and get a prescription, and the doctor just says, okay, you need this prescription, what pharmacy do you use? And that's it. Yeah. And you have no idea if you can afford it. You don't know what your copay or your deductible or your co-insurance is. If you have insurance, or if you have high deductible or no insurance, you're screwed, right? Because you have that fear of walking up. Like I was saying, when I was broke, if I needed a prescription, it's terrifying to stand in line. So what we did at costplusdrugs.com, we decided to bring some transparency. So you go to costplusdrugs.com, you put in the name of the medication that you need, and we carry about 2,500 of them. Not all of them, but we're getting there. And first thing that comes up is our cost. We show you what it costs us to buy.
What it costs you.
Yeah, what it costs us to buy. And so put in tadalafil, TADAL, it's generic Cialis, and I know you want to know what it costs.
Hell yeah, dude.
TADA something. Tadalafil. Yeah. So you see, like for 5 milligrams for a 30 count, right? So a whole month, it's only $6.60.
Wow.
And that's including our 15% markup. And then it's, I think that includes our pharmacy fee as well. So then it's $5 for shipping and handling. So for $11.60. So I'm just telling you, you could get 90 of them. Click on 90. 90
count.
Okay, for $9.70, which costs less? A big bag of M&Ms or now 90 generic Cialis?
Dude, look at the comparative price. Retail price with other pharmacies.
My God,
$920.
So, but that's not even the point. The bigger point is, what brings more joy to your day? An M&M sitting next to your bed, or a generic Cialis?
Dude, Cialis.
That's what I'm saying.
I start my day with this.
You know how the birth rate is declining in the United? That's what we're here for, to increase the birth rate.
I love it.
So everybody out there, get your prescription for tadalafil or whatever.
Can I tell you something about tadalafil too? Huh? Some people are really married to this idea is that you pop one before you're going to have intercourse. What I like to do is pop it in the morning and just see where the day takes me. I love going to the urinal and being like, look at this guy. Like, it's right? Way more than I thought.
It's like morning wood is back.
It's back. It's back. It feels great.
See, that is the whole mission, right? We are here for every guy of a certain age to have a smile on his face in the morning.
If you're going to go sit with the boss and you're asking for a raise, it's way better to do it with a chubby than fully flat.
Right?
So true.
You feel like you sit up.
And when you get that plane, let me just tell you.
God.
Shit.
What about the yacht? Do we do the yacht?
I'm not a yacht guy.
Not a yacht guy.
Because you're stuck.
Did you ever charter one though?
Yes.
And you enjoyed it or no?
My family did. Me not as much.
You not as much?
Yeah, me not as much.
What didn't you like?
Because I was disconnected from everything. You know, and I don't like that. You know, I run all my businesses 95% via email.
Yeah.
And so when I'm disconnected, so I can get caught up and put my phone down, that's fine, right?
Yeah.
But if I don't know how far behind I am, that's just anxiety for me.
And does somebody, like everybody, like when there's a thing where no matter who you marry in this world, there's things you accept about a spouse, right?
Yeah, of course.
Does your wife just has accepted from the beginning, like this guy works, like you're like
yeah, she know, but you know, she's very independent. She's super smart, independent. So it's more like my wife is doing her thing.
Oh, her thing.
Yeah, and I can either come along.
Okay.
It's up to me, right? She's not waiting on me. That's why I love her, because she's like strong. She does her own thing. She's got things that, her responsibility in the house. And I don't touch it. There's just certain things that I know that's Tiff's.
Yeah, I think that's a good way.
It's kind of how you have to if you're married to a highly motivated, career-driven man. The woman has to be able to do her own thing.
Well,
and
in this
take care of
case,
the kids
she's
and
more
stuff.
motivated than I am. She really, I mean.
What is she into? What does she do?
Tennis.
I like
kids.
family.
Different stuff. Yeah, charity stuff. Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, but she's on the go all the time.
That's awesome.
Do you have because the show, obviously, Shark Tank is a worldwide, global phenomenon. Do you have an immediate bullshit meter thing that goes on when it starts? Like, is there a tell for you?
Yeah.
What's your tell that you're like, this is some bullshit?
The number one tell is when they talk about, well, if we only get 1% of this $1 billion market.
Oh, okay.
Because everybody
the
says that.
valuation is just
Well, no, like if I get 1% of $1 billion market, that's $10 million in sales, and it's only $100,000, but you're not going to get 1%. So that's the number one thing. But literally, the hardest part of Shark Tank is coming up with something to say to go out. So the minute they come on and they start talking, I'm not looking for reasons to go in. I'm looking for reasons to go out. And because I've done too many deals, but then sometimes it'll just be like, no, I got to do this deal. So
really,
yeah.
And it just everything lines up for you.
Not everything, but I end up selling myself. It's like, okay, they're not good at A, B, or C, but I'm really good at A, B, and C. So if we combine forces, and I'm wrong probably half the time, but it is what it is. Yeah. I've got,
Well, that's interesting. You're wrong half the time.
Yep.
Do you think that accepting failure is part of why you're so successful too? Like, do you just move on?
Yeah, you got to, right? Because if you're not failing, you're not trying. I mean, it's cliche-ish, but it's true.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to dive in and try things and see what happens, and that's okay if it doesn't work. Because especially in investing, you want your wins to cover all your failures.
Sure.
Like down here in Austin, I'm going to see the guys from Beatbox Beverages. Mm-hmm. They were a Shark Tank company, and they're just crushing it. They went from struggling initially when they came on the show to through more effort on their own to now being hundreds of millions of dollars in sales.
Jesus.
And being worth hundreds of millions of dollars as a company. So
that's awesome.
And that's a Shark Tank.
Yeah, like Dude Wipes. Bring up Dude Wipes. Same thing. Yeah, Dude Wipes is a major brand now. Everybody knows what Dude Wipes is. Their marketing and everything.
That
was a Shark Tank deal.
No way.
Yeah, I'm the only investor that they've ever had is Brian and Sean and crew. And like I gave them, I forget, maybe $200,000 for 15% or something like that. And they're worth, hundreds of, probably $500 million.
Wow.
Yeah.
So is that your biggest success? Is that the biggest one?
Those two are the biggest. Another one, Mush Oats, is crushing it.
Dude Wipes are everywhere, man.
Yeah.
Everywhere. These guys are brilliant marketers, both of them. We have Dude Wipes here.
We do.
Yes.
Yes.
I knew I liked you guys.
Yeah.
Now we just got to get you some beatbox. But
we'll get some beatbox in here.
But yeah.
Would you be interested, and then I don't know if you're willing to take risks in funding a porn shoot between a modest Walmart worker and a world famous porn star to make a dream come true?
Have you gotten in that business yet?
No.
Okay. All right.
No.
Fair enough.
He's looking for a way out. He was looking for an out.
What on Shark Tank? What is the dumbest pitch you've ever?
His brain right now is just shifting.
So many. So many. Like there was one that came on years ago called Taillights. And what it was like a circular thing that had little lights flashing, and it was meant to be attached to the back of someone's jeans for a girl, teenager in particular. Because, shake your tail lights. This guy thought it was a great idea, and it was great TV. And so he had a girl, 16, 17-year-old girl, who turned out to be his niece. And so I said to the girl, I'm like, would you wear this on the date? And she was just so conflicted because her face just dropped because it was a horrible idea.
Sure.
And nobody's going to wear it on a date. They're probably long gone. But yeah, that was one of the worst. Fart candles.
Oh, what? Hold
wait,
on.
whoa,
Now you're speaking our language.
There you go. Right? Yeah. No, different flavored candles, but like,
fart candles.
Yeah, Spencer
Fart
Gift.
Scented.
Exactly. And when you shart instead of fart, Dude wipes.
Dude wipes. There you go. So you get both covered.
You get 2 for 1.
I can't believe you didn't do fart candles, bro.
No, there was like Awakened Bacon. Like in the early days of Shark Tank, they were a lot sillier because people didn't know who we were and what it was. There was another one where there was an alarm clock that made bacon, so you were awakened to bacon.
That's right.
That's pretty rad.
Yeah, it was funny as hell. But what if it caught fire or whatever?
Yeah, sure.
Your hair's on fire.
That's
How do you keep
hilarious.
the bacon fresh too? Like what? There's so many problems.
You know that also
Yeah,
to develop the
logistically.
prototype, that guy ran that thing.
Oh, the guy was great. Wait.
The Waken Bacon.
The
there it
Waken
is.
Bacon. Is he still in? Oh my God.
He did. He was like, his whole story is like, Mark Cuban told me no.
Awaken season 2. Yeah, that's when I was on as a guest.
That's hilarious.
Oh my God. And then there's the ones that should have been good. Like there's one breathometer. And it was great. It was a personal alcohol detector
That's
to
smart.
tell your blood level. This guy, right? And made perfect sense. We all got in. You see a picture with me and him. I started looking at his Instagram feed right after we gave him the money. We gave him a lot of money. And he's on this island, at this party, and this party. And I'm like, dude, right? What
are you doing?
What are you doing? You're supposed to, I'm marketing. Whole thing crashed and burned. Yeah, and it had other problems. But it was such a great idea, and it just didn't make it.
Yeah, and also you can also see the ones too where I've seen ones where you guys are super competitive, like you guys are really wanting it.
Yeah.
And then the person just talks themselves out of any deal.
Yeah.
But also doesn't then take the business into something. Like sometimes people go, I'm just actually not going to do this deal with you guys.
Right.
And they're able to have their business still succeed.
Right.
But the ones who kind of self-implode after it, that's a bummer to watch.
No, I mean, and it happens, right? Because there's people that, and in life too, off the Shark Tank, you oversell, and there's times that we'll say to them, just shut up.
Yeah.
You have our interest, and the more you talk, the worse it gets.
Yes.
You're talking yourself out of
This is
a deal.
like a guy trying to get laid.
Right.
God damn, yeah.
Say anything,
Man,
right?
it's like, just shut up.
Shut up.
Well, they don't want to give away equity. That's always the thing.
You're talking about the guy trying to get laid?
No.
I'm still working on that.
There's
bro.
a new angle, right? There's a new angle.
Yeah.
They never want to give anything to get stuff.
Well, no, and
with
that's
you
also
guys.
a tell,
That's
right?
annoying, yeah.
So when a company comes in and they want $500,000 for 2%,
Yeah.
they know how the game is played.
Yeah.
And what's worse is like they practice their pitches over and over and over again with the
Oh,
producers
yeah.
because it's hard to come on knowing you're on national television
Sure.
and millions of people are going to be watching. So they practice it. And part of it is what your ask is. And so the producers basically will you can't specifically tell them yes or no, but they'll say, when you're practicing, this is probably better. And they'll practice it. So it was, $100,000 for 3%, right? I'm like, okay, you can get along with that. And then they'll come on and say $500,000 for 2%.
Oh, in the moment.
In the
switch it.
moment, they'll say it. And we're just like, no, it's not,
dude.
It's not worth your time.
No, that's like a $25 million valuation. You have $17 in sales.
Yeah. It's
you
gonna
love
be
your
there,
company,
bro. Yeah.
but, it's not going to work.
Yeah, delusional.
One of the things I've always, because I've heard this topic discussed so much, but I've never actually had the conversation with someone, is there's this thing related, I guess you could say, to the giving pledge, where like super wealthy people pledge to give away the majority of their fortune.
Right.
But how do you feel about, I've always wondered, when you have the money, everybody wants to leave things for their kids.
Right.
Do you feel like you're throwing off someone's development if you go like, by the way, one day you're going to get like several $1 billion?
Well, they're smart. They know how to do the math.
Yeah.
My bigger worry is, are they going to knock me off to get
Right.
No, it is something I think about. My wife and I talk about all the time, because how much is too much?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you want them to be able to survive it. And so, like particularly when I sold the Mavs, I kind of organized it so that they'll be okay, but not so much that they can just go buy planes and stuff.
Right. Okay.
Right,
So it
right.
is a consideration.
Oh
right?
yeah, for sure. And then there's certain things that they have to do, certain benchmarks, graduate, not do certain things, and like that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because I mean, sometimes you see, obviously, like in the news, like so and so inherited like
$19
$40 billion.
Yeah,
and you're
and
like,
that's like, it's scary.
Scary.
Because I don't want, I've watched Secession.
Yeah.
I don't want that for my kids, and I don't want it to be a battle. And that's one of the reasons I sold the Mavs.
Yeah. Really? Is it really was one of the motivations?
Sure. Like all the backlash from the Luka trade. What if they made a mistake like that? They took over and they made a mistake like that.
And they're just
they may not have a problem with it, but it would tear me apart.
Yeah.
And I want them to go on their own path.
Yes.
And so
that's the part I'm thinking of. Just the path.
Yeah, whatever it may be, I want them to be themselves. I don't want them to be Mark Cuban's kid for their entire lives.
Well, I think that there's like an amount of money that somebody can inherit where you have distorted the path.
Yeah, because 100%, right? Because, at some level, you want them to understand the value of money.
Yeah.
And not it just to be something that's just there all the time, because why not?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mark, have you had fun with your money?
Yeah.
What's the best? What do you tell me the fun stuff?
I mean, owning the Mavs, winning a championship, running on the court on the game winner, no longer stressing about bills, being able to go, even like when I was younger, before, I had a B next to my name, I bought a lifetime pass on American Airlines, and just being able to, be at a bar, meet somebody, or go call a friend and say, let's go to Barcelona. Let's go to, wherever. Fun. Yeah. I mean, but more.
Do you do impromptu trips a lot? Like, do you go?
Not so much anymore because of the businesses and kids, right?
Yeah.
But
at one point you were like, let's just go.
Let's go. When I was single, it was like, hell no, let's go.
Yeah.
And it was just like boom, 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 boom all the time. But now it's just more like stress reduction.
Yeah.
I can focus on my kids, focus on cost plus, and it opens the door. I would say it's not so much the impromptu stuff that's rewarding, but with cost plus drugs, I'm getting emails almost every day saying, I'll tell you one I got 2 weeks ago where somebody sent me an email saying, I have cancer. And when I went to the pharmacy, they told me it was going to be $900 a month for this medication I needed. And I literally decided that I'd rather die sooner than put the financial stress on my wife and family.
Wow.
And then I found out about costplusdrugs.com, and instead of $900, it was like $73.
Yeah.
And now we can afford it.
Crazy.
That shit feels good.
That feels good.
Yeah.
That feels really good. And that happens all the time. I had a friend from college, and they got in touch with me, and he was on this drug, droxidopa, and he lost his insurance. And he called up the local pharmacy, one of the big chains. It was going to be $10,000 every 3 months. Our price is $73 a month, and it's gone down since then. And so when I was in Nashville, and somebody walked up to me and just started hugging me and crying.
Oh, it's so nice.
I mean, what's better than that?
This system is so fucked. Though.
So fucked, but we're fixing it. Yeah, we literally are changing it.
Well, how do you wind down at night? You sound like you're pretty mentally active.
Like, what is down to for a guy that's so driven, and I don't think there's anything wrong, by the way, with like the fact that somebody loves to work and like loves to do things.
Yeah,
but
I mean, it's not hard work. It's not like I'm sweating my nuts off.
No,
all
I
day,
know,
all the
but
time.
I'm saying you love. Here's the thing: you love being in the game.
Yeah.
Like, and for you, the thrill of competition exists in business.
Yeah.
And like you want to get involved. I get it. Like I totally get it. But is there a downtime? Fun thing that's not.
Yeah, I go to the gym. I work out.
Okay.
Yeah, I hang out with my kids. Go do their, go to their games.
Do you guys do family trips too? Like
not so much because they're teenagers. They decide, right?
Oh, right.
But when we could force them to go, they call it forced family fun.
So we gotta force them for a while.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I will.
Oh yeah.
Right now they want to be with us.
Yeah.
And
How old are they?
6 and 9. 6 and 9.
Oh yeah, the perfect age. Yeah, perfect age.
So fun.
Yeah.
We're gonna go to London next week for Tommy's shows, and I like to travel with them. I think it's so important to learn the world.
Beautiful.
The 6-year-old will still hold my hand. You tell yourself, you're like, this isn't gonna last.
For sure, right?
No.
And my son gave me a hug. Any hug, right? Like my favorite word in the universe is dad.
Yeah.
Right. Just dad. This, even if it's dad, it doesn't matter. It's still dad.
Are you a religious guy?
No.
No. I know you're
I'm
Jewish.
Yeah. I mean, I'm culturally religious, if you will, but I'm not going to services.
No.
And all that kind of stuff.
And what do you watch at night? What are you watching?
Not, Mavs games, but other than Mavs games,
Murder? You watching Charles Manson docs?
No, I don't get into the docs. Yeah, I don't. I in the middle of Night Agent,
What's
that?
Yeah, on
Yeah,
Netflix.
I'll give you some better ones.
Yeah, they're all good, right? It's just
Have you watched The Agency yet?
No, but my wife did.
The Agency's fantastic.
Like for me, like if I can't make it to the gym and I'm on the bike at home, that's typically when I watch shows. Just anything to, distract me while I'm working out.
Yeah.
Speaking of working out, if you're wealthy, is there any excuse to be out of shape?
Yeah, because some people go to dinners and, go do all the fancy 9-course dinners that are 9,000 calories.
But shouldn't, if somebody with those resources, isn't there like you look great.
Yes.
Thank you.
You take care of yourself.
Shouldn't there be a certain bar where it's like after you get this many zeros, next to your name, they're like, "Hey, man, you got to start bringing."
No, it's not even that because it's like I was fat for a while. I mean, definitely chubby. And it's because I was taking advantage of every opportunity, and there were no nights off.
Right?
It was just like going out. So I went from being like ripped to being Porky Pig. And it was just like because I was going out and and the pants are getting a little tighter. But then when you get older, it's more just because of age, right?
Yeah.
Because the consequences are a lot worse.
Yes. They are.
And so it's like, okay, let me figure out what's best for me and the best way to stay in shape, and plus, I don't drink as much as I used to, and that just made it a lot easier.
Yeah.
Yeah. You like to drink. I like to drink too, but I got breast cancer, so now I can't. I'm okay though. I'm totally healed. I'm good.
Oh, good.
Good. But it's a carcinogen. I'm so bummed because I love alcohol.
There's a lot to be said for it, especially when there's a bottle right here. Your willpower is really good.
I know. What did you drink? What was your jam?
Usually just beer, Bud Light, Miller Light, and
you
then
are from Pittsburgh.
Yeah, right. Iron City Light if I'm in Pittsburgh.
Hell yeah.
But then Tito's and soda. But only because of the calories, not because I'm a big. I'm not a wine drinker.
Osos and soda.
Osos and soda, exactly.
Texas
Osos.
made, by the way.
All the better reason.
Yeah.
I never heard of Tito's. I've heard of Osos and soda.
By the way,
Osos. Is when I drink alcohol, it's only Osos. And every now and then I'll add soda.
Yeah, there you go. That's fine. I like it on ice too.
But it sounds like you're not in the trap of rich guy stuff where stuff isn't exciting anymore. Like, for instance, we found that you can pay a Russian company to take you out on a boat and hunt Somali pirates. Is that something you would be interested in doing?
Like to go shoot them and kill them?
Well, here's the thing. It's just rolling the dice. So what it is,
do they know that the Somali pirates have guns and can shoot back?
Well, it's you Russians are wild, bro. So what they do is you got to pay between $7,500 and I think $12,000 to go on a boat that will pass through the strait that usually has Somali pirates.
Do they play Russian roulette while they're waiting?
And then you just have their a 50 caliber and an RPG, and then they're like, if you see one, let her rip. So yeah, it's
what the fuck? Man, no, that is not like
you're not into that?
Yeah.
Forced family fun?
That's not the fun. Hey kids, guess where we're going?
That would be a fun
They're
Cuban
only Somali
family
pirates
trip.
shoot away, right?
They would love that. Or hunting endangered species. You guys don't want to do that?
No.
See? You're so grounded, man.
That's the definition of grounded, not wanting to shoot Somali pirates in a boat.
The thing is that with those are extreme examples, but I think the thing that is refreshing in a way is that so many people that a lot of times have a lot of money, there's just this entitlement that comes with it. I should be able to do it. And we see it. Very public people like that.
That's just not my style. But I mean, there's a lot of people who think I'm a dick, right? And it's just but I like to challenge people intellectually, right? I like to bully up, not bully down, but bully up.
You get into some real X wars. You definitely have it out with people. You let people come back
at me. Oh
yeah,
I don't mind. Right, challenge me.
Yeah.
If you can change my mind, fine. I'm here to learn.
Yeah.
But I like that challenge. So that's probably my other time killer. But I'm more on Blue Sky now than I am on X.
What's Blue Sky?
Blue Sky is kind of an alternative, and I'm Cuban there. And they've got 33 million users. But it's
a social media platform.
Yeah, it's like the guy who started Twitter started Blue Sky, and it's more extensible.
Jack?
Jack did. Yeah.
Okay.
And so, I'm on there all the time. But it leans where Twitter leans right, Blue Sky leans left.
I got you.
If I want to argue politics, Republican politics, I'll be on X. If I want to, argue or support Democratic politics, I'll be on Blue Sky.
And is it completely far-fetched to believe that you would run for office?
Yeah, completely.
Completely.
Yeah.
No.
Because there was.
I wouldn't put my family through that.
That's
the real
why.
reason.
Yeah.
But without the family.
Oh yeah, if I was single, it'd be like, let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go because it didn't matter.
Yeah.
That's so true.
Wow.
It just destroys your private life. It's terrible.
I mean, yeah, I have no private life as it is,
Yeah.
but just like the grief. I mean, I sold the Mavs because I just told you I didn't want them to go through the shit, right?
Yeah.
Now imagine running for president.
Oh my God. There's nothing that can prepare anyone for that,
No,
really.
No. You know,
It's
and
a
I could
horrible
deal with
job.
it. Yeah, I could deal with it, but it's not even a job that I really want.
Yeah.
You know, and plus with healthcare and the thing we're working on there, if I can, change healthcare,
That's true.
I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
Because no one likes healthcare the way it is.
No.
Right. So it's like, okay, that's a win. That's good for the legacy.
What's your thing on because you've also been pretty outspoken about AI, right? Like, it's like so there's so many possibilities.
Yeah.
Like
there's no limit.
There's no limit. I mean, like in our business, there's a lot of I would say on the creative side, there's a lot of apprehension, resistance. People are not thrilled with the idea.
No, it should be the opposite.
But they're not because what the reason, one of the main reasons is that, like studios, for instance, could and have had AI do treatments, write-ups of things where writers then see this as like a threat.
No,
to
because you still need to be able to tell a story.
Yeah.
And you still need to know the beginning, middle, and end.
True.
And you still need to know your audience. And AI can propose a million things in a second, but then somebody's got to go through and decide what they're going to put their money into.
Right.
AI is not going to, hit your bank account and then produce a movie for you, produce a podcast or whatever.
Sure.
And using the technology, you guys could extend. So like, have you guys looked at Notebook LM?
No.
Oh my God. So bring up Notebook LM, the podcast feature.
Okay.
It is insane. So literally, like you've got your rundown list, you could feed your rundown list into it and have it go look up things and do summaries of all those things and then have it create a podcast.
What?
And the podcast sounds like real.
Wait, I don't understand. So like I'm into listening to an advice podcast. I'm listening to Joe Rogan. I'm listening to whatever, murder podcast. And it mashes the three together?
No. So like you just want to do a general podcast like this about all the different topics, like a traditional radio show type thing, right? And you take your rundown list like you guys have.
Oh,
and
right.
Like you guys had all your
I
topics.
see what you're saying.
That's
Sorry.
And so all your topics,
Gotcha.
right? And then you send it out and say, do the homework on these with
we should do that.
And then put it in there, and it'll have these two people talking just like we're talking.
Oh my God.
Oh, and it's insane. It's insane. Like for business, it's great. Because like you can take your training manuals, your onboarding manuals, all these different things. And because kids particularly, they don't want to read, they just want to listen. So you can be walking, taking your walk or on a bike or whatever, and listening to, your training guidelines that sounds like a regular podcast and they make it entertaining. But that sounds kind of scary on one end, but you can start training it to do the things that you want it to do with your voices. So if you wanted to pick the topics and, fill in the information you want discussed in this podcast. Instead of having one and all, the shows the way you have now, you can add 1,000 of them.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And I mean, it's just.
What's this? This is an actual audio example of it?
Ever feel like you're just drowning in information?
Oh, tell me about it.
These are the two
We're talking
people.
Research papers, articles.
Yeah.
Like even a
It's
whole
our show,
shelf
Tom.
of books on one topic.
Right.
And you just need to get a handle on it all.
It's a struggle.
Yeah. And there's got to be a better way.
Oh, there definitely is.
Well, that's what we're diving into today.
Okay.
Notebook LM.
Interesting.
Oh my God.
It's this
Zolo.
experimental AI research assistant thing Google's come up with.
Really fascinating stuff.
Yeah, it's not just
I mean,
organizing
literally,
all
so
that
you know,
data.
these are not real people.
Right. These
Nah.
are AI voices.
These are AI voices that could be your
Let's do
voice.
a YMH one.
We should do a
with
full
our
episode.
stupid topics.
Yeah.
When you're in London, we just put out this.
Yeah.
Our rundown.
I actually
Tom
like
took
this
a shit
idea.
today.
It's insane.
Do you then, I mean, it feels like the natural thing for anybody in business to do is figure out how AI can help these different parts,
Yes,
right?
I mean, look what you're using right now, right? So, you guys have been in radio in the industry forever,
Yeah.
right? And think going back when you had your first, used to be they played records.
Yeah.
And there was a DJ that just spoke. And then all of a sudden there were the different playback systems, right?
Yeah.
And then you had editing, and then, the DJs were editing right on the spot, different songs. Technology's influenced every industry always. And, it's no different now, but the difference is like going back to PCs and then software and going from analog to digital, you could try and kind of extrapolate where things were going.
Mm-hmm.
With AI, there's no way you would have anticipated what we just heard.
Right.
You know, and it goes into a zillion different directions.
Are you investing heavily in AI?
Yeah, I mean, but more importantly, just trying to learn it.
Learn what the possibilities are.
Right, because like for kids, they're going to grow up, this will be native to them.
Yeah.
For us, we've got to put in the effort to learn. But like on my Instagram feed now, it used to be, you know, sports, business, but whatever. Now it's AI hack, AI hack, AI hack, AI hack, new AI software, because it's changing so rapidly. But it's, to me, it's fun.
It's fun to learn.
Yeah, it's fun.
That's very cool. We should have fun with that.
You can, right? So we're taking a break. Now we have, you know, you know.
You know what's interesting? I'm listening to you speak and the way that your mind works. It seems to me that you're always looking towards the future. Like you're looking for what's undiscovered yet.
Yeah.
Is that how your business mind
100%,
works?
100%. Yeah. No, you first want to bring it up. Steve Jobs said everything is a remix. Right? Where you take what's already in place and then you add whatever value you can add to it to get it to the next place. You know, when we started AudioNet, which was the first streaming company, it was like, okay, here's the internet, and here's how we listen to Indiana basketball over distances, because the internet solves that. You know, HD, well, here's high definition. It's all going, TV's going digital. And even though the first high definition televisions in 2001, when we started HDNet, were $25,000 for a screen like that.
God.
I knew the price was coming down.
Yeah.
Right. So it was just a question of when. Now with AI, it's not a question of if it's going to change things. The only question is how. And who's going to do it.
And so by informing yourself, you can
I can figure it out.
Yeah.
I can stay ahead. So I can say, okay, this is how this works. So now, like what we just talked about, once I saw Notebook LM and the podcast feature, it wasn't, okay, what's going to happen to podcasters? It was, where are there situations where people don't want to read, but like to consume information via audio and or video? Because when you talk to kids today, they're not big readers.
Yeah.
You know, your kids are, as much as you're going to want them to read, more stuff is going to be, it's different, you know, and it's not that they're not learning, it's that they're learning differently, right? And so for kids who are learning differently, what can we do?
I like that.
I like this too.
I like that idea, especially shit that you don't want to read, like manuals to technical things.
Well, even, you know, stuff like to get your rundown. So you literally could use Notebook LM and or just Gemini or ChatGPT or whatever, and they have just, you can just list it and just say, do me a research summary of all these topics using the latest news. Like ChatGPT has these task features where they'll go out and they'll look it up, just like Google Alerts would work. And you can have them summarize it for all the topics you're interested in. Or you can say, give me the hottest 20 topics that are being discussed across the internet, and see what it comes back with to make sure you're not missing anything.
Yeah.
Right. Because it takes time for you to research all this, and
for sure,
you've got to dig in and you've got all your sources.
Having a research assistant seems like
it's brilliant.
Yeah.
It's brilliant, and it'll save you so much time. And so learning how to use these things. Okay, what are the number one trending topics on Twitter, on Blue Sky, on Instagram? What are the number one hashtags on Instagram and on TikTok?
This? This is how you do your research?
No, but I could.
Yeah.
I want to know what allows me to do it. So when I'm trying to look at an industry or a company, or I'm doing something, then I'll go on there and now the research capabilities are just blowing up. It's moving so fast. So there's tools like deep research. And I'll say, okay, tell me about this company. Now it doesn't get everything.
Right.
But it's just like if you hired a research assistant, they're not going to get everything, right? So if you have an intern here or whoever, and you're your social media, whoever, your producers, and you say, find me all the hot topics, and then you say, oh, I just heard about this. I was listening, or I saw this, and you add to it. It's no different. It's not going to be 100%, but it saves you time.
That's true.
Dang, dude. What topic can you talk about forever?
Healthcare these days. I mean, I could go all day on healthcare.
Yeah.
It's just like, that's where my brain is right now, because I want to change it. And everybody thinks it's impossible to change, but it's not. It's actually, healthcare is really simple. You go to the doctor and they prescribe you a medication or don't. You go to the doctor, they say you're fine. Maybe you need some more, care for whatever. And there's only two questions. What are they going to charge you, and how are you going to pay for it?
Yeah.
And those two questions have been so complicated by everybody that it's like, why is it like this? And so my whole mission, and starting with Cost Plus, and we're doing this thing called Cost Plus Wellness for the healthcare side, is just to simplify healthcare by moving all these extraneous companies out.
They must fucking hate you.
Oh, they hate me. They hate me. You should hear the shit they've said. But because they know that when you remove these pieces, it's actually not hard.
Right.
And so
it's
now
overcomplicated.
It's overcomplicated, and the CEOs who make the decisions on health, self-employed. There's companies that self-insure, meaning they don't use the insurance component of insurance companies. They take on that risk themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to them and saying, look, you're getting ripped off. You're paying too much. You're not getting the care you need. You're getting pushed in these directions that you shouldn't go. And they're like, I didn't know that. And so I'm just spending all this time educating CEOs, and each one that I get to change is one step closer to the whole system. And so changing, and that's what I'm doing.
That's an awesome mission.
Yeah.
How would you change, this is completely not as important, but would you change anything in basketball today?
There's a ton of shit I would change.
What's like a top 3 or whatever, top 1?
So, people talk about too many threes.
That is a big criticism of today.
So the question is why?
Mm-hmm.
If you're behind a 3-point line and you're shooting a 3, a defender, if they're even anywhere, if they're in the landing zone where your feet might come down, it's a foul. And that's 3 free throws.
Yeah.
So in other words, the 3-point shooter is so protected that they can't even put their feet anywhere near, the defender can't put their feet anywhere near you. You go an inch inside the 3-point line, they can beat the shit out of you.
Yeah.
And it's called incidental contact.
Right.
You get closer to the basket, the closer you get, the more
contact's allowed.
Contact and abuse can happen. And so you've got to change that so that you call the game by the rules inside the line, so that they're not so disadvantaged when you're shooting a shot inside the 3-point line. And to compensate for that, now they've let offensive players like lower their shoulder and knock over defenders or knock them out of the way to get space, and that makes the game worse too.
Yeah.
So whenever you see a drive like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, most likely the MVP.
Yeah.
He gets down by the free throw line, boom, he's lowering his shoulder and taking a step back, and he's money.
Yeah.
5 years ago, you couldn't lower your shoulder like that. And
so we need some rule changes.
You need some rule changes, yeah. So that to me, that's one of the biggest. Adam Silver talked about shortening the game. I believe it.
You believe it?
Yeah, I believe it. I really do, because it's
slightly.
To 40 minutes.
To 40.
Yeah, because it's a commitment to watch a whole NBA game. And we're so used to right now consuming NBA highlights on social media.
Totally.
Like your kids, if they're becoming sports fans, are they boys, girls?
They're boys. 2 boys.
Okay, so they're starting to, your oldest is starting to get into sports and following it, right? And you're trying to keep them off of social media, but on YouTube, they'll see highlights and everything, right? That's how they're going to grow up, where the 3 of us had family teams.
Yes.
In Pittsburgh, it was the Steelers, it was the Pirates.
Yes.
No matter how bad, the Penguins, in Dallas, it was the Mavericks and the Cowboys. Now it's players on social media.
Yes.
And, it's hard to commit to watching a full game. And if you look at ratings, there's an inverse relationship between the amount of actual playing time and the ratings. If you watch an NFL game, there's 11 to 15 minutes of actual playing time.
Yeah.
Like you can watch a play, go grab your dude wipes, run to the restroom, use a whole package of dude wipes, come back before the next play.
It's crazy.
You can't do that with the NBA.
Do you think that there's a real possibility that could pass? That they could reduce the time?
Not right this second, no. But the way Adam is, and he's smart, the commissioner of the NBA, he socializes these things, and then over time, and it just depends where the numbers go, because we have a brand new TV contract starting next year with a lot of streaming providers, and it'll be really, really interesting to see how it all plays out.
Now, one other thing we wanted to ask is that I really